strong.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Masked Gaming and today we're going to go with something a bit different today. I haven't got a script, this is all just from what I can think of, and we're going to be covering the patch notes today, and as I'm sure you're all aware as you clicked on this video, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, as the support you guys have been giving me has been amazing. We've just hit 100 subscribers, so thank you all very much. Your continued support and your comments are really helping me learn and develop as a content creator. It's been a while since I've been able to actually call myself that, and I'm very thankful that you all can support me on this journey. We're going to go on the road to 1,000 subs, so again please do drop a subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the video. There's going to be timestamps in the description, so you can go to different areas of the video so you can find out what you want to know about this new update. I'll be reading through most of it except for the bug fixes, as those are basic things that they should really have fixed by now anyway. However, as we recently received news of the Microsoft purchase of ZeniMax, we should be expecting a lot of changes in the future with the welfare of the game. So, let's jump right into it. First of all, as you can see, we've got the table of contents. We've got a new zone, the Reach. We have a new solo arena, finally, so we're not just having Maelstrom Arena as our main source of rage, we're now going to the Vaishran Hollows, or Vatishran, however anyone wants to pronounce it. We've got new item sets, new antiquities, new collectibles and outfit styles, new motifs, new achievements, titles and dies, and most of all, new furnishings, because I know we all like to furnish our houses. Finally, we're getting a new Transmute Crystal overhaul, and we're also getting some new item set collections, which is going to be kind of cool. I assume they're going to be something about collecting all of our item sets together, as it's kind of obvious. We'll see that very soon. New homes, and client optimization and stability, meaning that we can actually run Elder Scrolls without being without crashing, or without ending up just lagging out of the game. So, oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Right, so we've got a new zone, as I mentioned earlier. The epic conclusion of the Dark Heart of Skyrim arrives for the MARKARTH DLC. The army of vampires and werewolves, known as the Grey Host, has turned its attention to the Reach, searching for an ancient relic of power to aid in their eternal conquest. Will you aid the Reach folk in their hour of need? So this is all just context towards the DLC. If you wish, you can read this. Just pause the video and I'll leave it here for a second. But let's move on to the new solo arena. Now, in the southern reach, there is an ancient cave of the Spirit Blood clan known as the Vaishran Hollows. Reachmen from all across the land make their way here to perform the Vaishran rites, to prove themselves worthy of being called Reachmen. Do you have what it takes to venture into the Hollows and face down the nightmares within? So, I assume this is going to be another 9-round arena. You can save your progress just like in Maelstrom. There's going to be new titles, housing items, a skin, very nice, and a new die, so I assume that skin's going to be available from launch just for completing it. I assume Veteran. There's going to be a lot of achievement hunters out there for completing Veteran Flawless, I reckon. I'm kind of curious to see who will get the world's first. I will post a run when this is available. I do believe it's in the pay TS now, so I will actually post a video next week of me completing a run of it with a certain PvE build. And then I will go further on to post that PvE build the following week, or I might start doing more videos a week. It really does depend on my schedule. Now, we've got new item sets. Now, I'm sure you will all enjoy this. For the Overland sets, we've got a new set called Void Caller. It's in light armour. For the 2-piece, it adds 1,200 max mag. 3-piece adds 1,200 max health. I said them the wrong way around. I do apologise, but you can see it on the screen. 4-piece adds 129 spell damage, and on 5-piece, when you take damage, your spell damage is increased by 24 for 5 seconds, stacking up to 20 times. This effect can occur every half second. Upon reaching 20 stacks, the duration is doubled and can no longer be refreshed. Right, so basically we've finally got a Magicka version of Warrior's Fury. I'm kind of happy about this. As I mentioned before, this is actually my first time reading through all this, so it'll be really good to just show my reaction to you guys. This new light armor set does seem really cool. It is just a light armor mag version of Fury, which used to be the PvP meta. Right, let's see this then. Witch Knight's Defiance, medium armor. 2-piece weapon damage, 3-piece weapon damage, 4-piece weapon damage, 5-piece weapon damage against poisoned enemies. That just looks like it teams up with the Master's Bow. That's a gear set for the Master's Bow. That's just raw weapon damage. Plus mix that with the Master's Bow, that's 600 damage against poisoned enemies, mixed with all of that raw weapon damage in the 2-3-4. That's very unique. I think this is going to be the only set in the game that has those 3 set of weapon damage as a bonus. Please bear in mind that these bonuses are actually written down as the hypothetical of them being in gold. So this 129 weapon damage will actually be something like 123 in white. So please do keep that in mind. Right, then the heavy armour, we've got Radiant Bastion. Max health, weapon damage, maximum health. Deal back 10% of all damage done to you back to the attacker, up to 4.2k damage. Now, something they haven't mentioned here, there might be a cooldown to this. This looks like more of a PvP set, or even a tanking set for main PvE. Personally, I've never tanked before, so I wouldn't know. But for PvP, this could team up with something such as Bahara's Curse, which is when you take damage, you deal damage back to the enemy and heal for all the damage you do. Yeah, this seems like a decent heavy armor set. And now the crafted sets. Now I do like my crafted sets, so let's have a look at this. Red Eagle's Fury adds 129 weapon and spell damage, 833 critical chance, which translates to 3.3% if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't specify, so something they need to add there is for weapon and spell crit, I assume. 129 weapon and spell damage, and on 5-piece, adds 469 weapon and spell power to your weapon skill abilities. Increases the cost of your non-weapon skill abilities by 5%. Okay, so this seems like more of a build that's focused on your weapon abilities. I feel like this would be good for a build that spams Dizzying Swing. I know it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it will work. This will boost the weapon damage of that Dizzying Swing by a lot. This seems kind of good. Seems balanced as well with the increased cost. Yeah, I quite like that. Right, Ethereal Ascension. This seems like it's going to be a tanking set. 1.4k resistances, 1.2k health, 1.4k resistances. Add 7.3k resistances and increases the cost of block, sprint, dodge and break free by 25%. So you can be as tanky as hell, but you're going to drain all your stamina. I feel like this would work well with a build that blocks with an ice staff. Mix that with the Bloodlord's Embrace. You'll basically have infinite mag sustain, so you don't really need to worry about the cost of block. Plus as well, champion points can negate this. So this could be quite a good set for tanking in the future. You'd hit armor cap easily with this. You could probably put this on a damaging set so you can hit armor cap and dish out a lot of damage. I might use this set. Legacy of Carth. Now we've got 833 critical chance, 129 weapon and spell damage, and 1.5k pen. So I assume offensive pen means weapon and spell pen, so that means you'll be getting a little bit more. This is more of a hybrid, I reckon. 5-piece, enemies affected by your alchemic poisons, which is your double dot poisons as I feature in every single one of my builds, take an extra 1.97k disease damage every 1 second. So this is going to be good for your dot builds. Yep, if you hit somebody with a double dot poison, they'll take even more damage every second. Translate that into PvP damage. That 1,900 turns to about 900, maybe 1,000 disease damage every second. That's quite a lot. That is a nasty dot right there. Right, now these are the new arena weapons. Now these weapons are only going to be from the new arena, the solo arena, as I mentioned before. And they're going to be affecting a certain ability. So here we are. We have the two-handed weapon, the Frenzied Momentum. Adds maximum stamina, but this is perfected version only. If it has brackets perfected only, this can only be obtained from veteran. So I'll be doing a veteran run when I do go into the update myself. While momentum is active, that's your rally if you're running two-hander. Casting stamina abilities generates a stack of frenzied momentum for 10 seconds, up to 5 times. Upon reaching max stacks, your next heavy attack will consume all the stacks and release a violent explosion of energy around your target, dealing 9k physical damage to them. Right, so this turns Rally into a nice damage burst ability. So if you spam Dizzying Swing, mixed with Rally, this could be a nice PvP weapon. I can see arena weapons coming back to PvP meta with this two-hander. So Voidbash, this affects the Power Bash ability, which is on the one hand and shield. Adds 1k max health, perfected only. When you deal damage with Power Bash, you apply Call of the Void to yourself for 2 seconds. Enemies within 12 meters are immediately pulled to you. After Call of the Void ends, you apply Major Maim to enemies in the area for 10 seconds. Now, for those of you who don't know, Major Maim, I believe, reduces the damage the enemy does by 15%, which is quite a lot. So this is going to be quite useful in tanking for perhaps solo content, or not solo content, 4-man content in dungeons. You do a power bash, everybody gets pulled into you. It's like an AoE pull. This could be good for farming as well, so if you've got a tank and a DPS, you can just get the tank to use this and it pulls them all in while the DPS finishes them off. Executioner's Blade, Hidden Blade. Now Hidden Blade is the dual wield ability. Adds a 666 weapon critical, perfected only. This is a measly amount, 666 is not much at all. Maybe about 1%. Hidden Blade deals 200% more damage to targets at 25% health when you are standing behind them. So this turns Hidden Blade into an execute while you are behind them. Now this could be very nice, because Hidden Blade itself can hit maybe 20-30k on a Trials dummy with all the buffs active. With this, 200% more damage, you could be hitting maybe about 90k Hidden Blade. This could turn Hidden Blade into a really good execute. Maybe even better than Whirling Blades. I will talk to certain people about that and see if that will work. I might post it in my PvE build, we don't know. Point Blank Snipe, oh lovely, it affects Snipe, my favourite kind of ability on the bow. Adds 103 weapon damage, very nice, for perfected only. Increases your damage done with Snipe by 33% against targets that are within 7 meters of you. I quite like that. So that means you can do a snipe to people who are right next to you in PvP and you'll do even more damage. That could be good for a Nightblade bow build. Sneak up behind somebody, do a snipe, finish them off with an execute. That is very nice indeed. I'm looking forward to using that. Weakness to Elements buff, called the Wrath of Elements. Okay, so this is for the staff. Adds 1.1k spell pen, and casting Weakness to Elements on a target within 15 meters of you causes a surge of elemental energy to tether between you for 10 seconds. While the tether persists and you remain in range, enemies touching the tether take 2.1k flame, shock or frost damage every 1 second. This can occur every 10 seconds. So you can have this up 100% of the time. And I assume the target of the tether takes 2.1k as well. So this is going to be very good for PvE players who use staffs, as this is an extra, just at the very minimum, 2.1k extra DPS. You can have this up 100% of the time if you recast your elemental energy. I quite like this. Force Overflow, Forcesiphon. Forcesiphon is the restoration staff ability, so we can get right into this. Adds 877 max mag. Casting Forcesiphon on a target within 15 meters of you causes a surge of magical energy to tether between you for 10 seconds. While the tether persists and you remain in range, you and your group members restore 175 magicka and stamina every second. So this is, again, this could be something for healers, as this is a resource restorer. So in your trials, if your healer runs this, you can make it so that your entire group can get an extra 350 mag and stam recovery just for having this ability up. I quite like this. You will have to aim it a little bit though, but it'll be quite nice. Now let's on to the arena sets. If you all remember, Maelstrom arena sets were quite disappointing last time. Not many people used them except for Pariah, but that was just Hrothgar. Here we actually have a set that is unique to this new arena. On the light armor set called Hexsiphon, we have an extra 1k max mag, 129 spell damage, 833 spell critical, which is 3%, 171 spell damage, and whenever you bash an enemy you release a cone of hexing energy in front of you. Each enemy hit increases your spell damage by 88 for 8 seconds, up to a maximum of 6 enemies. This can occur every 8 seconds. When you successfully interrupt a target, you gain 1000 magicka. So this set might be really good for solo play. I quite like the look of it. It's more max mag, more spell damage, and you get increased spell damage just from bashing an enemy, and if you interrupt somebody you get max mag as a bonus, so that's quite nice. Pestilent Host, medium armor, adds 1.5k physical pen, 1k max stam, 129 weapon damage, 1.5k physical pen, and whenever you kill an enemy afflicted with a poison effect, their corpse releases a writhing mass of fetcher flies, which seek out the nearest enemy within 12 seconds, causing them to bleed for 31,000 physical damage over 10 seconds. That averages out to about 3,120 every second. That is a very strong dot, and would be good for solo play for stamina classes. However, I wouldn't recommend it, as there are other sets out there that benefit you more. Explosive Rebuke, heavy armor. Adds max stam, max health, weapon and spell damage, and when you successfully block, you place a bomb on the enemy for 10 seconds. When they are hit with a fully charged heavy attack, the bomb detonates, dealing 13k flame damage to all enemies within 8 meters. So that's quite a good buff. Doing a heavy attack, you're doing a bit of DPS, could be good for tanking, it's up to you though. And here we have new mythic items. We have 2 new mythics. They're going to be split up into 5 fragments, as we all know. We've got to get those 5 fragments, farm it, get the leads, get the mythic. So you've got the Ring of the Pale Order, obviously a ring. Restore 15% of the damage you deal as health. You cannot be healed by anyone but yourself. This could be very nice for solo content. It'll be very good for solo content, actually. For people who deal a lot of damage, people who are hitting 40k snipes, they're healing themselves quite a lot. This ability would be really good. It would be the cost of a monster set though to maintain all your stuff. However, I think that's a worthwhile risk. I really do like the look of this, and I will be farming for this as soon as I get into the game, and I'll be using it for my solo content run, which I will post on YouTube next week. There will be commentary over it, I'll be talking over it, but it will be mumbled, so I do apologise for that. Next we have the Pearls of El. I don't want to pronounce that and offend somebody. Pearls of El Nofi. Let's just call it El Nofi. Right, so when you're wearing the Pearls of El Nofi, whenever you cast a healing ability while your dominant resource is under 30%, gain 5 ultimate. So whichever resource you have the most of, if it's below 30%, you get ultimate each time you cast it. So if you spam your abilities, you could get infinite ultimate. I quite like this. Okay, so we've got new antiquities to find now. Antiquities are part of the scrying system that was introduced in Greymore. With this, you can get the new crafting motif, Ancestral Reach, a new hat, 2 new furnishings, a new pet, which is split into 7 fragments as opposed to that horrible Dwarven War mount, Dwarven Ebon mount, a new map furnishing, featuring a map of the Reach, 3 new sellable antiquities, and 2 new mythic items, as I've just covered. MARKARTH has a bevy of new collectibles and outfit styles that can be earned in-game. The Arcsand and Fractuosity Shroud is a collectible hat earned by completing Welcome to the Reach achievement. The Witchrise Headdress is a collectible hat. The Void Shard is a collectible memento. The Void Pathosis skin is acquired by completing the Vaitshran Hollows Conqueror achievement in Vaitshran Hollows. This means that this skin, the new skin, will be available from just completing it. Now it says Void Pathosis. That to me makes it sound like it's a version or something very similar to the Veteran Cloudrest skin, the Zamaja's Shadow. Bound style pages for the Hungering Void outfit weapons will drop randomly from the last boss in Vatshran's Rites. So you'll be able to get new things like the Maelstrom weapons. You'll be able to get the motif style for this unique kind from here. The Somnolent Void Rot non-combat pet is acquired by earning the Nowhere Beyond Your Reach achievement within the Reach. I do like that, their wordplay, it's very good. There's 2 new motifs. There's the Arcsand Armory motif to collect it. Drops from MARKARTH reward coffers, and it fits from the dailies, so it's the new dailies. And the Ancestral Reach motif will be found in Antiquities. The Arcsand Armory motif sounds to me like it's going to be a new Dwarven style motif, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. There's new achievements, so you've got the Spirit Blood Champion, Spirit Slayer, the Undying Song, Coven Breaker, Hero of Skyrim, Champion of MARKARTH, Vanquisher of the Grey Host, Raven Watch, Spirit Seeker, Guardian of the Reach, Dark Storm Emerald, and Void Pitch Die. So this is going to be quite nice. There's new furnishings. I'll just keep it here for a second so people can see that. Pause the video now if you wish. So now we're going to look at the item set collection. This will allow you to manage all the item sets in ESO. Find and collect them all with a new sticker book interface in the collections menu. You can see all the item sets in the game, where they drop, and even their combat bonuses, right? So we don't need to use our apps or Google anymore. We can find things out straight away from the collections book. I really do like this bonus. Under collections menu, you'll find a new set. You unlock the new sticker of that slot. As you collect more pieces, the progress bars will slowly increase, and the Transmute Crystal cost to reconstruct them will decrease. Right, okay, so you can actually use Transmute Crystals now to craft gear from the collections menu. I quite like that. Transmutations will allow you to reconstruct an infinite amount of copies for that piece, only a small Transmute Crystal cost. So that's quite nice. You can use Transmute Crystals to buy back armour that you've lost or deconstructed or anything. First time you log into each one of your characters, you will automatically detect all bound item set spell pieces they have and add them to the sticker book. Please be sure to log in with every one of your characters that is holding item sets. So you can do whatever you want with the original, as selling it to a vendor or deconstructed it. So you can choose those when you so you can actually rebuy it back for Transmute Crystals straight at Legendary by the looks of it. Meaning that you can buy things that you've lost, like a blue. If you've lost a blue, by the sounds of it, you can actually buy it back at gold, for example, with Transmute Crystals. At a Transmute station, you'll find a new tab called Reconstruction that allows you to effortlessly recreate any item set piece you have added to your sticker book. Reconstruction only costs Transmute Crystals when you create the item at regular quality it drops at, but if you choose to spend additional crafting boosters to upgrade its quality, you can also pick any trait for the item you've researched for that slot at no extra cost. So you can straight away put something on it, like Nirnhone for example, at no extra cost. The cost variables depending on how many pieces of that set you have collected. You get bonuses to the cost to make it cheaper if you collect more pieces. It costs 75 Transmute Crystals when you only have one piece of that set, and 25 when you have collected every single piece item of that item set. Your newly created item will be marked as reconstructed and cannot be traded or sold. You can deconstruct it to get a small refund of 25 Transmute Crystals. This is quite nice. To better enable you to use the new item set collection system, we've increased the cap of Transmute Crystals, finally, to hold up to 500 Transmute Crystals or 1,000 if you're an ESO Plus member. We've increased the number of Transmute Crystals you can get from most PvE sources, including Undaunted Pledges, LFG rewards, Trials quests, Arena and Trial leaderboards. We've also increased the number of Transmute Crystals you can earn from Battleground leaderboards. As a part of this, we've removed the small chance of obtaining a single Transmute Crystal from simply slaying the final boss in a dungeon. We'll be monitoring how Transmute Crystals are obtained and used in the coming months, as well as your feedback, so that basically means we can get more Transmute Crystals. I do like this new update. This is one of the better updates I've seen. In this update, we are testing the re-addition of group queuing to Battlegrounds. Brilliant. I've missed that. Having group play is just so much fun in Battlegrounds. You can compete against your friends to get most kills. It's brilliant. Where players of group sizes up to 4 could join the queue together and be placed on the same team, solo players could join this queue. They could also join the solo queue, which we matched exclusively with other solo players. With this change, we've also removed specific match queues to help promote overall queue health, and we've also made additional improvements to Battleground matchmaking to help better promote better long-term matchmaking. Right, so there's also a new consumable to craft called Alliance War Skill Boosters. They've introduced a new set of consumables, the Colovian War Tort, the Molten War Tort, and the White Gold War Tort. These items increase the rate you can advance your Alliance War skill lines by 50, 100 or 150%. The War Torts can be used by a character by level 10 or above. What they do is they advance your skill lines. They do not help you earn more AP, become Emperor or gain a place in the leaderboard. War Torts will not stack with one another. If you've just consumed a War Tort of any kind, you cannot consume another one until the first one runs out. You can have this on as well as another food, so you can keep this. You can keep your food buff up and level up faster. This is just an XP booster for when people are trying to earn vigor or something. Right, let's see what's next. There's a new PvP emote. New homes, the Shalador's Shrouded Realm. Ooh, this could be quite nice. This might look like some kind of, yep, domain in Oblivion. Very nice. Nord-style towers and an arboreal terrain that floats in a wondrous sky. Very nice. And the Stone Eagle Eyrie, which I assume is just going to be, yep, a cave above MARKARTH with more dwarven stonework. Character pathing aligned to terrain options, so people who are trying to make their characters in their house walk into a wall, it won't happen anymore. You can now align to terrain. So this is just information about the PTS. Brilliant. I'm glad that they're making the templates still happen. So anything else? So these are just bug fixes that they're doing. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned and drop a like and subscribe. If you want to see the information on this PTS yourself, please do go into the description and click on the link. I'll leave a link to the patch notes as well. Please drop a like and subscribe, and if you've enjoyed the video, let me know what you want to see in the next video by hitting the comment section and letting me know what you want to see. Next week I will be posting runs of me doing the new trial. At the new solo arena. I will make a build and then I'll follow up with posting about that build the following week. So there's a lot of content to come, a lot of things to show you guys about this new PTS before it drops. I currently don't have a release date, but I will come to you as soon as I do have one and let you all know. So thank you all very much for watching the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.